Good afternoon. Block Podcast Studio Network is in the building. Your host, Montana. Whoop, whoop.
And the co-host, Vern Tyus.
Whoop, whoop. All right.
It sounds better when it come out of you.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to do the whoop, de whoop, de whoop. All right. So, welcome to our channel network station. You guys are here because you're trying to find out about how do I start a nonprofit? How do I start a 501c3? How do I become a business entrepreneur? So we have classes running. Well, our classes are already over. One more week left, and then the classes will be done.
Okay,
so
until when?
The next classes will start October 16th from 1:30 to 4. I'm looking over here. I'm supposed to be looking right there, the beady eyes. 1:30 to 4:30. Sunday, October 16th, 1:30 to 4:30 is our last class for the year. October 17th is the grant writing class from 6 to 8:30, and the real estate class will be Wednesday, October 19th from 6 to 8:30. So if you're interested in starting your 501c3 nonprofit business, come get trained, come learn about how to start it. What benefits is it to a 501c3? How do I operate as a nonprofit? And then I also have an LLC. So can those pretty much coexist? So come to the program, find that out. Also, Ms. Doris is having a class September the 24th, group home training class, which you all know as residential care facility. So if you're interested in coming to the group home training class, September 24th at 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock is an all-day event that she's going to be doing. So you have your certifications with the state of Ohio at the end of the class. So come register for that class. You can register at 216-815-7300, or you can visit the website at bblott.org or block.org.
Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. All right, and that question you asked, can they both exist? And I guess here's the question, and most people are afraid of this answer or even commenting on it. But the question is not, can an LLC exist with a nonprofit? Because most people think that they own a nonprofit, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. You think you own it.
And here's the thing: a nonprofit can partner. That's the key word. Partner with every type of entity, okay, as a partnership as long as it's compliant. And that's a LLC, that's a 501c7, that's a S Corp, C Corp, and that's the reason why nonprofits exist is because of these other entities that support its cause, okay? So when we talk about things like that, you just keep that in mind. It's partnership, okay? Nonprofits seek partnership from the private sector and other nonprofits, all right, as long as it's compliant. So you're going to come here and learn how to maneuver in that space.
Right. Also, a lot of people create different types of LLCs, like they create nonprofit LLCs. If you have a nonprofit LLC and you've been in existence for a while, you pretty much know, probably like later, that you cannot be a 501c3 with a nonprofit LLC. So you got to turn back around, go get the 501c3, and then you can probably keep the LLC, which it can complement the nonprofit 501c3, but the LLC cannot be a 501c3. So a lot of people have this terminology that, hey, I got my nonprofit LLC, so I'm a nonprofit.
Yep, she's absolutely right. And just know that every nonprofit does not get the same treatment as the 501c3 status, okay? So a lot of you that's running around with the nonprofit LLC or corporation only, then you're not going to get it. If you apply for any of the other 501cs other than the three, then you may not get it. And the key word is may. So depending on what type of benefits you're looking for, if you're trying to concentrate on the charitable gifting through the 501c3, you need the training, not just going on the state and somebody done showed you how to apply for it, but how do you stay in compliance? All right, stay compliant with the government, and most important, get the proper use out of a 501c3. A 501c3 is so important in our culture and in our nation. So come and learn more about it. How do you maneuver with that 501c3?
Right, right. Also, this class has been learning a lot of things. Marketing, and they've been learning about charitable gifting, grants, real estate, insurance.
Yep.
How does the insurance work? Like, well, do I need insurance, or how does insurance work with my business? So all those questions, all operating agreements.
Yep.
Lots of questions about operating agreement. I didn't know I needed an operating agreement to run my LLC. Or is the bylaws and the operating agreement the same?
Nah, totally different. Because what we have to understand, and we did have some people come in that had operating agreements for their corporations, and just understand that the different entities are governed different. You got corporations that are governed by state law, and then you got corporations that's governed by the Fed. So one of the things that you got to keep in mind is the LLC is governed at the state level. It has different asset protection laws, different taxations. A lot of people don't understand the different taxations of an LLC, the flexibility of an LLC. And if you want to incorporate a LLC into your structure, and what I mean by that is, it's not about just having an LLC only. Some people have different business structures, whether it's a corporation, a trust, and an LLC that's involved, right, for asset protection reasons and for discretion. So if you want to learn more about that, that is something you want to sit down with a lawyer, Montana and myself, your accountant, and come up with a strategy that will help accommodate what you're trying to do.
Right.
One of the other things that we learned, and I think we blew the roof off, the doors off the house on this one. We had a seminar on Saturday.
Right. We had a seminar. Why are you looking at me?
The seminar on Saturday.
Seminar.
We anticipated the seminar. We promoted it on the air for a while, and and we anticipated that we was going to be the keynote speakers, but they wind up having a few keynote speakers.
They tricked us.
They tricked us. We did well. Montana did a fabulous job.
Yes, I did.
Talking about the charitable gifting, the purpose of a charitable gift, how to acquire assets inside of the nonprofit, okay, especially the 501c3.
Right.
And we blew the doors off that building, right?
Yes, we did.
All right.
Yes,
How did I do?
You did very well.
I did?
Yeah.
You sure? You weren't about to speak up for me.
You was doing so good to, I was like, okay, I'm just going to let you have a stage.
Yeah, you done left me on the stage like I didn't.
I left you right. I said, he got it, sure. Let me go get me something to eat.
So, but this what amazed me about that crowd. That a crowd was there for the truth, right?
Yes.
And they can see through BS. And they had to call, we had, for it to be a big stage and a big arena and have crowd participation, that was phenomenal. I love crowd participation. That's why I like smaller venues. But that was a big venue, and they got up out their seats and asked questions.
Definitely.
Right?
And they were still calling me the next day and the next day.
Yeah, so that's kudos for our culture, our community, wanting to ask questions and participate, not just sit down and spectate. They wanted to get involved, roll their sleeves up, and say, look, tell me this. You said that, but how does that work? And I love that about our culture.
What was that guy? He wanted to do a nonprofit. Oh, should I say it on there?
Well, he wanted to do a nonprofit.
A nonprofit for his girls.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, my God. He wanted to do a nonprofit for exotic entertainment.
Oh, no, we ain't going to say that. No, we ain't going to say that. But you know what?
Wow,
but you're right, though. He can.
He can.
The guy wanted to do a nonprofit for some non-traditional things.
Yeah.
And it has a space. People want to do nonprofits for the music industry. Those of you that are in the music industry or the art industry, there is several organizations out there, charitable gifting organizations, that will fund your recording studio, recording project. As long as it meet their criteria, you'll get funded. I think right now they got like a $1 million grant, but they breaking it up into increments of $5,000 for anyone who wants to start, or continue their recording project. So you got to look that up. You can Google it. I'm not going to give the name out right now because I'm not privileged to, but they're out there.
Right.
But he part of the arts.
Yes.
And whatever product or service that he's providing out there, evidently it's a need because he's getting busy. Right. So he can be a 501. He can create a 501c3 that will help those ladies continue their art. All right.
Right.
Now the other thing was They talked about the charitable gifting piece, and so many people didn't understand that a 501c3 can acquire real estate. Or if they did understand it, they only understand the fact that it can acquire real estate and hold real estate, but not what to do with it. Right? Or they're afraid to even do anything, because they think they might get punished for money laundering or something like that. But when you know better, you do better. So don't fear anything. Just get educated. That way you can move on with this charitable gifting piece and create wealth.
Yeah, so basically when you come to our training program, not only will you be learning how to operate a 501c3 and also a for-profit business, but you're going to be doing all your applications and understanding what the terms mean and what the questions are on these applications when you do it yourself. Then you have a better understanding of how you're going to position or structure the business and then move forward with, developing revenue or acquiring revenue or applying for some revenue or asking or whatever. So you will be more informed on what to do instead of saying, okay, I got this business. I'm going to let you do that. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm going to let them do that. It seemed to be working, but you guys are still like maybe at a standstill. For example, I have a lot of people that's coming here that have daycare centers. So I asked one of the ladies that has a daycare center, why do you want to be a nonprofit? She told me, she's like, because that's the way to go. Why would I have a for-profit daycare center and I got to pay all these taxes when I could be a nonprofit daycare center, still operate the same way, and now I'm tax exempt. And not only am I tax exempt, I can still get the grants. I can still get more grant funding instead of the for-profit daycare centers, and I can get donations, sponsorships. I can run programs out of my daycare center, and a whole bunch of things that she named. She can acquire real estate. She can do like summer camp programs for the kids, everything. So I was like, okay.
Okay. So here's the biggest misconception, though.
Okay. Right. The biggest misconception is
when we start saying I.
Yes.
She.
Yep.
Okay. So
her
Of
business.
people, right. A lot of people run away from it because they do enough research to find out that they cannot benefit directly from the nonprofit. But when you start learning the business culture, is that you talking to third party in the first place because it's not yours. Even your for-profit, you want to act like it's not yours, right? The only time that you really want to realize that it's yours is when it profits. But when you pay yourself a paycheck and you're doing other things in the operations of the business, you want to talk in the third party. So when you come here, you're going to learn how to maneuver that. You want to say it. I developed it. Okay, I founded it for us, for the community, right? And then when you start edifying the nonprofit piece and learning how to take other people's money into the nonprofit and circulate it around, trust me, you won't miss yourself. That makes sense?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And that's what they got to learn. You got to come to this class to learn how to maneuver that. Because if you don't learn how to maneuver that, then you get tripped up with this information out here. Okay, I thought I was doing this for myself, but now I'm learning that it's not all about me. Now it start looking less attractive. Nah, you got to learn how to make this thing work for you and everybody else too.
Right. And also Sunday class. I think we tore the roof off the Sunday class too.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I got a text message talking about their head was hurting. So a lot of people come into the class and now they're understanding how businesses work, how charitable gifting actually works. I think I developed a couple of charitable gifting programs, and I think I'm about to take them back. We about to do it on our own.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it on our own.
We're gonna do it.
Okay.
So the charitable gifting, Vernon went in there. He taught the charitable gifting piece of all assets, asset protection, insurance, personal versus your business. I mean, he dipped into every piece of everything that you will probably want to ask about. How can I benefit? Can I leave a legacy? Legacy was one of the biggest ones that he talked about. So tell him a little bit about how you tore their head off.
Okay, well first let's do this.
Okay, where we going?
Let's get this clear. Do I own Blot?
Do you own Blot? No.
Okay.
You don't own Blot.
I don't own Blot. Do you own Blot?
I don't own Blot either.
Blot is a...
You hear these attorneys? I don't own the business. I don't own Blot.
We got that clear now.
Right.
So, Blot is a 501c3. All right. So, what can Blot own? Right? What can Blot own? Can I donate Blot life insurance?
Yes. definitely.
Why would I do that?
Oh my God, a whole bunch of reasons. You might have some type of you just might have that. I don't know. You tell me, because I'm stuttering here.
Life insurance holds cash value.
That's right.
Which Block can use
has cash value.
They can use life insurance to cash value to keep the lights on, to buy another building, right?
Yeah.
They can also, if I pass away, then guess what? My legacy that's in Block can continue, right? Mm-hmm. It can actually buy more life insurance on the next executive where the legacy lasts forever. Why do we have all these organizations that we compete against got more money than us, and we don't use the tools that they use to get more money, which is life insurance is one of the biggest pillars that they have, right?
Because a lot of people don't understand it. They think they don't need the insurance. Why should I pay all this money every month and I'm not benefiting? Or life insurance is the biggest scam in the United States because I pay every month, but I'm not benefiting from it.
Okay, hold on. That's too much to explain on air. We got to give it to them in the class. Because you can't get it that quick. You got to learn it, right? You can't get it. You got to learn it.
Okay.
All right. The second thing is investments. Can I donate Block my stocks?
Yes.
I can?
You can donate stocks.
Okay.
Anything can be, let me be quiet.
Okay.
No,
go ahead. Tell them.
Anything can be donated.
Yes.
Anything can be donated.
But why would I do the stocks though?
Maybe because you might want to have taxes.
Remember that time? Let me tell my ton of business. My ton. Remember that time that I gave you that stock pick?
Nope.
And you got 300% on it. Now imagine if you dumped $20,000 in that stock pick and got 300%, and you cashed that money out to pay Block bills if in the beginning stages when Block wasn't doing so well and Block was leaning on you.
Okay.
Right? And you had to pay taxes on that money to give back to the 501c3 to keep it going. Right?
Right.
It makes more sense to donate the stock.
Donate the stock.
Cash it out, right? To avoid the capital gains.
Woo!
To take care of something you was going to take care of in the first place. All right? So that's the reason why
people understand that? Nope.
They got to come to the class and get
it. They got to come. So all your entrepreneur people that's teaching this, they probably like, dang, where that boy come from?
Okay.
Who's blind?
So what else do they donate? Oh, retirement plan.
Whoa, why would I donate my retirement plan that I worked so hard for 50 years and give it to a nonprofit?
We coming up in about a month and a half, I'm going to get about 60 to 70 calls from my retirees that are like 73, 74, 75 years old, because Uncle Simon's going to ask them to take out what we call RMD. Mm-hmm. Right? And that RMD is Uncle Sam saying, hey, you've been holding this money too long. Now it's time for you to pay me. And if you don't take it out, we're going to tax you this enormous rate on what you don't take out.
Right.
So now you didn't pay him 4 or 5 times more than what he deserved.
Yeah, you already paid them as you worked and paying them while you retired.
And those same people go to the food bank.
Yeah.
Go to church and work. Go to all these nonprofits, charitable organizations, and work for free half the time. Mm-hmm. But if they came up with a strategy, I ain't gonna say what that strategy is, but they came up with a strategy where they donated their retirement
to the nonprofit.
Yeah. And enable the nonprofit to afford a guaranteed income to them that would give them tax efficiency.
I'm
gonna leave it right there. Tax efficiency.
All right. Woo!
We done it. Okay.
They don't understand what you're talking about, though.
But you got to come to the class and get it. You got to come to the class.
I know I can donate my retirement.
You can donate your retirement to avoid the RMD.
Whoa, and get an income. There it is, y'all.
Okay, so one more. Can I do one more?
Okay, one more. Because they probably done fell out and passed out having seizures.
Okay. Real estate investors. I'm talking about the seasoned ones, the real estate investors that care about the community. The real estate investors that been seeking charitable gifting organizations.
Right.
All right. Do you know that you can go out here, just like a wholesaler, look for property that's distressed, right? Have not been tended to, right?
Right.
Help your nonprofit, the person, the entity that you partnered up with, a church, I don't know, an entrepreneur organization like ours, any type of charitable gifting, or even put one together, and go out here and recruit some of this dilapidated property right?
Right.
And bring it in and develop an income for yourself.
What? All that? How can I do that?
Or find some seniors that are in the verge of losing their, I'm talking about way in the verge of losing their property, and have them donate to the 501c3 and save their legacy.
Why would they want to do that though?
Because they don't want Medicaid recovery to get it.
Woo!
It's sounding too much like money laundering now, but it takes a strategy, a legal strategy for this, to avoid Medicaid recovery, to avoid the nursing home to getting it. How about for long-term care purposes?
You can stay in your house.
Where you can keep your house, okay? Because you have a charitable gifting organization that is near and dear to your heart, and you want to go out here and help the senior market keep their houses and keep their legacy.
Wow.
There's a strategy for that. Where do we get this strategy from?
Black.
216-815-7300. All right. Okay. All right. And that's about it. Right?
That's about it. Okay. I think we covered everything.
No, forget that. I got one more.
Okay. Dang.
Got one more.
You got one more?
We were just talking about this from the other day.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Go with it. Go with it.
Now, I'm telling you, we got so many charitable gifting organizations around here that's doing good. I'm talking about they having parties. They doing social action walks.
They doing a lot of work.
They doing galas. They got a lot of youth involved. Yeah. But the one thing that they don't have is all the funding in the world.
Right.
All the funding in the world. And there's one vehicle out here that gives you passive income.
What?
Passive income. And you organizations, I ain't going to name these organizations, but I know what you look like, and you know what you look like. You look like an organization that wants to get out here and just have fun and do things in the community while you're having fun, right?
Right.
One of the things that you can do is you can get everybody that has aspiration of being a real estate investor and let them work for your organization and get vehicles out here that creates passive income and correct the community at the same time. And I know it sounds like the previous situation, but now I'm talking about the organization itself. If you need more funding to do the things that you like to do, go out here and talk to your public officials, talk to Land Bank, talk to everybody around here that's servicing these abandoned buildings and see if they're donated to your property. Right. I mean, to your organization, right? Donate it to the organization that you belong to. Fix those properties up, create passive income. Those incomes will make the neighborhood look better and fund your dream. I'm talking about your philanthropic dream, all right? An organization where y'all can go out here and do things better.
Yay.
Right?
Right.
Okay. So don't be afraid, y'all. Get out here and just make moves. There's so many financial resources out here. It don't always come in the form of dollars. Sometimes it come in the form of retirement, stocks, real estate, and the other one, life insurance.
Right. So Cam, I got a question. And I'm going to reach out to the churches out here.
Okay.
I like to talk about the churches. Can these churches that made the mistake and became a 501c3 church, can this benefit the church as well? The charitable gifting piece.
You said if they made a mistake?
Well, I'm saying that. That's just my opinion. But some people are 501c3 churches. But you know how I feel about that. I say no, keep it separate. But if you are a 501c3 church, there's a whole bunch of benefits for a 501c3 church.
Yes, it is.
Whole bunch.
I mean, and however you want to strategically partner up with a 501c3 as a church or make yourself a 501c3.
Outside of the church.
This was 2008, 2009. I had a case in Columbus where that pastor had properties donated. At first, the pastor was investing in real estate. Got everybody that was a carpenter that couldn't find a job, and every real estate investor that was pounded on because the industry went down. And they got together and revived those talents, the carpenters and the real estate investors, and they started buying property around the church. And they were renting these properties out to church members.
Church members, okay.
That didn't have a place to stay.
All right.
And because of his initiative in Columbus, they started donating properties that were dilapidated to the church.
Okay. And then the members was paying rent, right?
And the members was paying rent.
Now what about if they got members that own property and they say, I love my church so much. When I pass away, I want to donate this property.
They didn't do too much of that, but they can. They didn't do too much of that.
Donate this house.
This church was actually doing the reverse.
Okay.
This church created their own first-time homebuyers program.
Wow.
Yep, for members that didn't have a place to stay, wind up getting Section 8 or whatever it was, the subsidy was there.
Yes.
Church was getting the income,
right,
and then put them in the position of being home buyers.
Home buyers. Dang, that's cool.
Yep. So let's talk about a couple of events real quick, and then we'll recap. The first one. Let's see. A walk in her shoes.
All right. Let's see what we're looking at.
Okay, a walk in her shoes. This is put on by My Sister's Keeper. The website is www.myskcle.org. The event is October 8th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You go on the website and check that out. But where is it at? I got the address on here somewhere. All right, 2816 East 116th Street, Cleveland, Ohio 44120. This is the initiative of My Sister's Keeper, which they're supporting the cancer awareness. Okay, so cancer awareness. When you show up there, they're going to walk. You might see some women in some high heels. Please wear pink if you go down there. And if you're a person that is either a breast cancer survivor or know someone that has breast cancer, be prepared to share a story, if you will. All right.
And you said what date is that again?
That date is October 8th. And that would be over on 116th. The address is 2816 East 116th, Cleveland, Ohio 44120.
All right.
All right. The next one. This is given by the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated 7th annual 5K mile walk or run. All right. You ain't got to run it. You can walk it. Take your time. This will be this Saturday, September 24th. At 9:30 a.m. This will be at the Bedford Reservation, specifically Egbert Picnic Area, Buckeye Trail. All right, again, that would be September 24th, this Saturday, 9:30 a.m. We will have a DJ, and it will be some refreshments there. So come ready, put your walking shoes on or your running shoes.
All right. Also, keep in mind that visit our website, blot.org, because we will be having another seminar. We'll be doing workshops and events coming up in these last couple of months. Again, we have one more training course for the year after October. That's our last training class until January of next year. But just keep looking at our website for our seminars and events getting ready to come. And we're getting ready to do a whole bunch of things and teaching programs and get everything up and running. Also, we getting ready to have finally a youth program.
A youth program?
A youth program.
What we going to be teaching the kids?
Entrepreneurship, insurance, investments, banking. They can get some real estate too, huh?
Yeah, they can.
Right. So if you want to get more information about the youth program, come into Blot. Give me a call at 216-815-7300. 216-815-7300.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful program. You know, I never really wanted to deal with the kids on that level, but you convinced me. And I think that's a wonderful legacy to leave your kids. So bring them in. You call 216-815-7300.
All right.
All right. Until then,
we'll meet with us next Wednesday at noon. Your host, Montana. Woo, woo.
And your co-host, Vernon Tyus.
Woo, woo.
Peace.
See y'all next Wednesday at 12.